Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate expresses its deep regret for some of Saudi Arabia's oil facilities are attacked. With royal blessings, international workshop of the practical application of the Salalah guidelines for the management of public archaeological sites is launched. The Sultanate hosts the Middle East and North Africa Technology Innovation Forum in education. The Supreme Council for Planning reviews the Sultanate's development plans and strategic projects. And around 50 speakers from various countries discuss in Muscat the digital transformations in commerce sector. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received 2 cables of thanks from His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmad Al Jaber Al Sabah, Emir of the State of Kuwait, in reply to His Majesty's condolences cables on the death of Sheikh Talal Nasser Al Adbi Al Sabah and Sheikh Anwar Faisal Al Saud Al Sabah. And His Majesty the Sultan received a cable of thanks from His Excellency Iglis Levitis, President of the Republic of Latvia, in reply to His Majesty's greetings cable on the occasion of him being elected as the President of the Republic. The Sultanate, in a statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, expressed its deep regret on the attack of some energy installations in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in Abqiq and Al Khrais. The Sultanate also requests the UN envoy to call on all parties for negotiation, as the Sultanate is ready to support peace efforts in Yemen. With royal blessings, the activities of the International Workshop of the practical application of the Salalah guidelines for the management of public archaeological sites is inaugurated in the Wilaya of Nizwa in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliyah. The event was presided over by His Excellency Nasr bin Hamoud Al-Kindi, Secretary General of the Royal Court Affairs. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi.
In collaboration with the UNESCO World Heritage Center and ICOMOS, the Office of the Advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs organized the International Workshop of the Practical Application of the Salalah Guidelines for the Management of Public Archaeological Sites.
I think it's very important to have the workshop here in Oman. We met in Salalah 4 years ago, and the recommendations from Salalah is now a doctrinal text, so it's used globally. So today we are looking at the application of this text, meaning looking at the management of heritage sites across the globe, but also looking at how we can improve the management and to make sure that every single World Heritage Site has an effective management plan, which includes visitor management, interpretation, facilities to visit the site.
Over a period of 4 days, the workshop aims to endorse the recommendations of the International Conference on Archaeological Parks and Sites, which was held in Salalah in 2015, within the documents and directives of the UNESCO World Heritage Center.
I really want to pay tribute to the role that Oman has played in the development of these guidelines. Had it not been for the commitment of the authorities here since 2015 onwards, we wouldn't be here today, and these guidelines would not have been adopted globally as really the gold standard in the management of archaeological sites.
After this, a number of things will happen. First, we'll come up with a publication that will elaborate on the application of the guidelines. That's one thing. Also, the guidelines themselves and the publication will be disseminated to UNESCO centers around the world, and they will give some consideration to how they might apply the guidelines. The centers focus on different areas of management, and then we will begin discussions with these various Category 2, as they call them, UNESCO centers, as to how they might apply them.
The National List of the Cultural and Natural Heritage of Oman has many cultural heritage sites, many of which have been listed in the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage in preparation for the completion of their inclusion in the World Heritage Sites, including Salute Castle Archaeological Site, which is characterized by its rich culture dated to early times of human civilization. The outcome of this international workshop is a step forward to include the Salalah Guidelines for the Management of Public Archaeological Sites in the 1972 UNESCO World Heritage Convention. From the Wilaya of Nizwa, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya Governorate.
With international participation, the Sultanate, represented by the Ministry of Higher Education, hosted the Middle East and North Africa Technology Innovation Forum in Education. The forum highlighted the governmental efforts for transforming to the Fourth Industrial Revolution within its Future Vision 2040. The forum aims to enhance youth's capabilities in entrepreneurship and innovation, as well as solving challenges that they may face and promote development in the region. The opening ceremony was held under the auspices of His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed, Minister of Heritage and Culture. Development plans in a number of governorates in the Sultanate, the strategic projects and means of tackling administrative and financial challenges of these projects topped discussions of the Supreme Council for Planning meeting. The Council also reviewed a report related to Omani economy performance. The Council also reviewed the economic indices related to gross domestic product of the 9th five-year development plans sectors for the first quarter of 2019. The report revealed on the stability in the performance of industrial, logistic, touristic, mining sectors and an increase in the fisheries wealth sector performance. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masoud Al-Snaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry and Vice Chairman of the Supreme Council for Planning. During the Oman e-commerce conference, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry confirmed the establishment of the e-commerce section with the preparation of draft regulations and decisions. Here is a report.
The Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and during the start of Oman e-commerce conference, affirmed on establishing e-commerce section. The ministry stated that the work is going on to prepare the draft regulations and organizational decisions. Around 50 speakers from various world countries are taking part in the conference, which highlight digital transformations in the commerce sector. The conference included a number of work papers on the development of e-commerce and digital transformation.
It's really important to understand some of the latest trends in terms of transforming organizations, moving towards digital platforms, and future and global trends across various industries. E-commerce is a growing industry globally. There are a lot of opportunities for the banking sector to tap into that industry.
50 visual shows were presented during the conference, which focused on the simplicity of doing business on the internet, attracting investments to the region and promoting the Sultanate as a promising commercial and investment destination in the field of electronic commerce. During the conference, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry confirmed the work to develop the second version of the Invest Easily program to work in conjunction with the electronic visitor system e-visa and customs declaration system run by the Royal Oman Police.
Still to come in our news bulletin. The mobile veterinary service is an important service for the camel breeders in the Wilaya of Al-Mazyuna. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Oman oil price November delivery reached $64.56, increasing by $5.31 per barrel. The average price of Oman oil October delivery reached $95.68 for the barrel, declining by $4.26 compared to the price of September delivery. The Institute of Public Administration organized a program for the management of institutional reputation of the heads of offices of Their Excellencies and Their Highnesses in the state's administrative apparatuses. The program aims to introduce the participants to the concept of measuring and management of reputation, as well as to get acquainted to ways of dealing with it. It also focused on the successful practices in this field, as well as the ability to develop the systems related to reputation management for institutions. It will also include discussions on the latest scientific approaches in this field. The Ministry of Manpower organized a campaign on occupational heat stress. It targeted the specialists in the vocational safety and health, as well as the employers and manpower in private sector institutions. The campaign focused on the risks that face the workers at noon with the increased temperature degrees in summer season. It also aimed to spread awareness among the workers and employees on the necessity to take precautions so as to avoid the high level of heat. The campaign was held under the auspices of His Excellency Saud bin Salim Al-Blushi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Education for Education Planning and Human Resources Management. The Ministry of Health celebrates the World Blood Donor Day under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Talib Al-Hinai, Under Secretary of the Planning Affairs at the Ministry of Health. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubi'i.
Within the celebration, the World Blood Donor Day, which comes this year under the theme Safe Blood for All, the Minister of Health, represented by the Department of Blood Bank Services, held an event today to honor the blood donors from individuals and contributing establishments that made donation campaigns successful. The ceremony included a speech of Dr. Zainab Salim Al-Uremi, Director of the Blood Bank Services, pointed out that the theme of this year underlines the significance of accessing to affordable and timely supplies of safe and quality assured blood and blood products as an integral part of universal health coverage and a key component of effective health systems.
People come and save people's lives. This is very important because by donating the blood, you are going to saving the life of other people as well. You will be getting healthy by donating the blood.
I would like to encourage all the Omanis, non-Omanis, expatriates to donate because, as you know, the donation is helping people who are injured, who need blood, and as well, it's as you know, it's help yourself. As a donator, it's refresh your body with blood, and I'm encouraging everyone to start donating.
Blood Bank Services Director highlighted the medical achievements resulting from the ongoing blood donation, including liver transplant operations, fetus blood transfusions, as well as bone marrow transplants and surgical heart operations.
The mobile veterinary service is forming an important service for the camel breeders in the Wilaya of Al-Mazyuna in the Governorate of Dhafar, which its residents depended on ranching the camels. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth is sending the mobile clinic to Al-Mazyuna once a week to provide all veterinary, therapeutic and diagnostic services and conducting samples examination, as well as carrying out simple surgeries. The clinic also met the requirements of the treatment and immunization and parasite control. It also worked to spread the awareness of the veterinary health, whether related to diseases contracted by the animals or diseases transmitting to humans through a talk between the vet and the animal breeders. The immunization is one of the top services provided by the clinic, where it is considered the optimal strategy for preventing the spread of epidemic and infection diseases, which causes heavy losses to animal wealth. It is worth mentioning that the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth is working to improve the animal health sector through the mobile veterinary clinic projects to maintain the animal wealth. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. The Sultanate expresses its deep regret for some of Saudi Arabia's oil facilities are attacked. With royal blessings, international workshop of the practical application of the Salalah guidelines for the management of public archaeological sites is launched. The Sultanate hosts the Middle East and North Africa Technology Innovation Forum in education. The Supreme Council for Planning reviews the Sultanate's development plans and strategic projects. And around 50 speakers from various countries discuss in Muscat the digital transformations in commerce sector. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.